SaniPod manual. Installation process. Equipment required: SaniPod, brackets, template, knife, marking pencil, small level, screwdriver, drill and bits or very high bond double-sided tape, tape primer. Choose the best location for the SaniPod to be installed: back wall, side wall. Check that the widest part of the SaniPod fits the space and ensure the toilet seat can be lifted and lowered. Place the template on the floor or skirting board and mark the holes for the SaniPod manual brackets. Ensure the top bracket aligns with the bottom bracket using the template level. Drill into the holes marked and use screws or wall anchors according to the wall surface and structure. For tile surfaces, either drill directly or use very high bond double-sided adhesive tape. When using very high bond double-sided tape, make sure the surface area and brackets are clean of dust and dirt. Use an alcohol wipe or spray. Using a knife, cut into the back of the brackets to create a rough surface, which will assist tape adhesion. Prime the brackets and wall surface with a tape primer and allow to dry. This will take approximately 1 to 2 minutes. Adhere the tape to the brackets. Press the brackets onto the wall surface. Use a screwdriver if required to apply more pressure on the inside surface of the wall brackets and press against the wall. Place the cover on the top bracket and secure with small screws. Secure the retaining ring into the grooves of the bottom bracket. Place the cover on the bottom bracket and secure with small screws. Insert plugs into the bracket covers. Insert the lifting ring into the top of the SaniPod lid. Push and twist clockwise to lock into place. Service process. To attach the SaniPod to the bracket, insert the SaniPod into the lower retaining ring. Secure the locking mechanism onto the bracket tab and turn anti-clockwise to click into place. Ensure the arrow on the grey ring is facing directly to the wall. To remove the SaniPod from the bracket, turn clockwise and lift. SaniPod wrap. When installing the SaniPod wrap, make sure the design print is on the inside facing the SaniPod. This will protect the design from scratching and the cleaning process. Interlock the plastic tabs on the wrap to form a cylindrical shape, ensuring the tabs are inside the cylinder. Making sure the tabs are at the back of the SaniPod, slide all the way to the grey ring. Liner exchange. To remove the lid of the SaniPod, place both hands on opposite sides of the grey ring and ease upwards, removing both the grey ring and the lid. Aerate the liner. Insert the liner and fold the elastic section over the top of the SaniPod. Flatten out the liner near the surface to remove creases and bunching. To reinstall the SaniPod lid and grey ring, align the arrow on the grey ring with the locking mechanism on the back of the SaniPod and push down to secure. Rotate the lid to remove any extra creases in the liner. Ensure the lid lifts and returns with ease. If the lid does not return to the closed position, reinstall the liner. SaniPod Auto. Installation process. Equipment required: SaniPod, brackets, template, knife, marking pencil, small level, screwdriver, drill and bits or very high bond double-sided tape, tape primer. Choose the best location for the SaniPod to be installed: back wall, side wall. Check that the widest part of the SaniPod fits the space and ensure the toilet seat can be lifted and lowered. Place the template on the floor or skirting board and mark the holes for the SaniPod Auto. Make sure the template is level. Drill into the holes marked and use screws or wall anchors depending on the wall's surface and structure. For tile surfaces, either drill directly or use very high bond double-sided adhesive tape. When using double-sided tape, make sure the surface area and wall plate are clean of dust and dirt, using an alcohol wipe or spray. Push the release button located on the back of the sensor box to remove the wall plate from the sensor box. Using a knife, cut into the back of the wall plate to create a rough surface which assists tape adhesion. Prime the wall plate and wall surface with a tape primer and allow to dry. This will take approximately 1 to 2 minutes. Adhere the tape to the wall plate. Press the wall plate onto the wall surface. Secure the retaining ring into the grooves of the sensor box. Insert 4 D-size alkaline batteries. Pull the release button down and attach the sensor box to the wall plate. Make sure all the clips have engaged and the front case is secure. Service process. To attach the SaniPod onto the sensor box, activate the sensor to the open position and insert the SaniPod into the lower retaining ring. Secure the locking mechanism onto the bracket tab and turn anti-clockwise to lock into place. The sensor box latch will automatically engage. If it doesn't, please make sure the grey ring is fully locked into place. To remove the SaniPod, activate the sensor to the open position. Detach the lid from the latch and turn clockwise and lift. Battery exchange. Each sensor box has a battery indicator. The latch will flash red once every 2 seconds when the batteries are running low and glow red when the batteries are flat. To replace the batteries, remove the SaniPod from the wall. Press the release button on the sensor box and pull towards you to detach the front case. Replace the batteries. If the SaniPod Auto is not working, make sure the batteries are installed correctly. SaniPod wrap. When installing the SaniPod wrap, make sure the design print is on the inside, facing the SaniPod. This will protect the design from scratching and the cleaning process. Interlock the plastic tabs on the wrap to form a cylindrical shape, ensuring the tabs are inside the cylinder. Making sure the tabs are at the back of the SaniPod, slide all the way to the grey ring. Liner exchange. Activate the sensor box to the open position. To remove the lid of the SaniPod, place both hands on opposite sides of the grey ring and ease upwards, removing both the grey ring and the lid. Move your hands to the dome of the lid and lift to remove. If you continue to hold the grey ring when removing, the lid and the grey ring will become caught on the latch. It's important to move your hands to the dome of the lid to remove. Aerate the liner. Insert the liner and fold the elastic top over the SaniPod base. Flatten out the liner near the surface to remove creases and bunching. To reinstall the SaniPod lid, activate the sensor box to the open position. Replace the lid and the grey ring by holding the dome of the lid and inserting into the drum. Align the arrow on the grey ring to the locking mechanism on the back of the SaniPod and push down to secure. The sensor box latch will automatically re-engage. Rotate the lid to remove any extra creases in the liner. Ensure the lid lifts and returns with ease. If the lid does not return to the closed position, please reinstall the liner.